So the next day, the power went out, and we had woke up late because of jet lag. So when we noticed that the power was out, we contacted our host on Airbnb for assistance. She was giving us the runaround, pretty much letting us know that it happens throughout Africa and the power will be back on shortly. But the problem is the power never turned back on, and her stove was electric, so I had no way of cooking anything for my kids to eat. That whole day we went without eating. She explained that she had a gas cooker in her house for these types of situations, but the gas cooker we found out did not work. She did not have all of the equipment for the gas cooker, and she had no gas in the gas cooker. So we had to tell her about that as well. She then went on to say she did not know there was no gas, which I feel like these are things you should make sure you have. Since, like you said, the power goes out often, you should do your due diligence when you are booking a house for a family to stay in. Upon arrival, we noticed that the house and the bedrooms did not look like the pictures online, but it was not horrible. We noticed that one of the bedrooms did not have AC, just a fan in the window, which she told us that the whole house had AC in the description before we booked the house. So what we did was have the kids stay in one bedroom while we stayed in the other because the house had 3 bedrooms. We noticed that the bathroom windows were all left open as well as the bedroom windows, so a lot of bugs got inside due to the nets, and the windows were all broken and they had holes in them. The house itself was not kept up to date. It was not maintained at all. You can tell there was a lot of repairs that needed to be done. We also noticed that the water heater in the guest bathroom was broken and had a faulty wire. So whenever you would turn it on, it would trip the wiring for the whole house and turn the electricity off. And then we would have to go back to the breaker box and flip the switch again. So that bathroom was pretty much out of commission. If you wanted to take a shower or brush your teeth, you would have to use just the one master bathroom. So when the power went out, we tried to get in touch with her to no avail. She did not come to check on us to make sure that things went smoothly to get the electricity back on. We did speak with neighbors and noticed they had electricity, so it was not about the storm. In fact, we learned later on that she did not pay the electricity. The way it works here in Tanzania is that electricity is prepaid. So you put a certain amount of money on there, and as long as you have the money on there, that's how much electricity you have. When that money runs out, you have to then reload the account again to get electricity. So it was not a power outage. It was the fact that she did not pay the electricity bill. Before coming here to Tanzania, I was already in multiple Black Sit groups on Facebook, and I had put out a distress call to let people know who were here on the ground. Hey, I'm in this area and I need help. We are stuck here with no electricity, and the host is not doing anything to make sure we are safe or okay. If someone can help me get out of this situation, that would be forever grateful. I stayed up until I would say 6 a.m. the next day, not able to sleep, just to make sure that we were able to get out of that situation that night, due to the heat being to, I would say, 85, 82 degrees at night. My kids started to throw up, all 3 of them, because all they had was water. They could not eat anything. There was no way for me to cook or get anything. We were on the island, and there was no food around where we were. So there were no restaurants that we can just go to and get food. The host told us that there were restaurants on the beach, and that if we ever wanted to go down there, we can get food from there. Well, when the power outage happened, we asked one of the neighbors, was there restaurants down there before we got the kids ready to walk down there? And they told us no, there were no restaurants on the beach. After getting in contact with a couple of lovely group members, they were able to help me get out of that home the next day and did not have to stay any more longer at that home. And I definitely took some pictures of everything and sent them to Airbnb and requested a refund for my time staying there and the horror that we went through. The host also claimed that she had Wi-Fi that was in her description, like, there was free Wi-Fi with the accommodation. Well, her device that she had a shortage as well, so it would die multiple times throughout the day, and you won't have any Wi-Fi access. So pretty much I had to use my cellular data to roam and to call out to get us out of that situation. After we left, I made sure to send her a lengthy text message letting her know everything that went wrong and that we were leaving, and I was not going to keep my kids there any longer to see if the electricity was going to come on or if anything was going to get better. I'd rather take them out of that situation, put them in a safe hotel than stay at that Airbnb any longer. After a couple days, she must have realized that Airbnb had either put her on some type of blockage or took the money back from out of her Airbnb account. I don't know how that works. But she had wrote me pretty nasty messages and trying to make it seem like I was lying about the situation. But I also had spoke to an Airbnb customer service representative that night when the power hasn't came back on for hours, and they would hear me because the calls are recorded. They heard me explaining everything that was going on and my children throwing up in the background because it just wind up happening while I was on the phone call, and caught me off guard that they started to vomit due to overheating and a lack of food. She wound up leaving a very nasty, lying review about me on my Airbnb profile, stating that I was being quote unquote too cheap to stay there, and I obviously did not have the money. That's why I lied about what was going on and left the next day just to get my money back, which was totally not the case because if I felt safe and if the circumstances were different, I definitely would have stayed longer. But she totally traumatized me from ever even visiting that island again. Moana. Yeah, you. Hey, Moana.
I love the beach. The beach is I love. I just love the beach, you know.
That baby old and tired. He can't play soccer. Look at him tired.
This here, Paige, and we're at the beach. And Paige, and my dad, Mark, and Lisa. And there's my brother right there. And you can see, this beach is amazing. Whoa! This is so and cool. We're at the hair, and wait, what a beautiful wave. This wave is cute. Imagine as the wave is your friend. The wave is your friend, you know. So, don't be mean to it. And try to recycle all those stuff you throw on the beach, because all that stuff that's on the beach, it's all dirty, right? So now you have to recycle it. It's your job to take care of the beach and take care of all this.